This part is for basics of speakers. Anyone who is aware about magnetism, coils, or speakers can skip this part. Okay, a magnet field having two poles. One wants always to go to the north, and that's the north pole. Then the other is the south pole. The magnetic field for a magnet is just like a lines, but these lines are getting out of the north, while in the south pole they are getting inside, getting in. So if we want to define a magnet is anything that can produce its own magnet field. There are the magnet field is getting out from the north pole and entering to the south pole. The different poles attract each other because look at the magnetic field getting out from the north and getting inside into the south, which constitute attraction, while the alike poles, they are repelling each other. The compass needle, it has two sides, the north and the south. So the north pole of the compass needle that is moving freely is always heading to the north for a reason, because the earth, as you can see here, is just like a magnet with two poles. And the north of the globe, it is resembling the south pole of the magnet, and the north pole of the magnet goes down to the southern part of the earth. Now if you look at any speaker, whether a small speaker like this 4 inches or large speakers or woofers or subwoofers, whatever they are, always the front side of the magnet is the south pole and the back side is the north side. Therefore you have to set yourself when you are doing or making a voice coil based on this, because this is not going to change. The front is the south and the back is the north. So here you got to design your voice coil so that the front side, which goes to the magnet, resembling the south, and the back side going to the cone is the north. So if you start from this side and go with this direction until you finish from here, then the start is the negative and the finish is the positive. It's just like this, but from the other side. Those are all the same from two sides. And if you start from beginning here, opposite side, and finish from here, then the start is positive. Now it's changed, and the end is negative. It's just like this one. So clockwise, the start is negative and the finish is positive. If it's anti-clockwise, then the start is positive, which is the opposite, and the finish is negative. Now let's talk about the composition of any speaker. It has an upper frame, usually from cardboard. It has the surround, and that is allowing the cone to move freely and also at the same time hold it. Then the cone, sometimes called the diaphragm, the dust cap or cover preventing the voice coil and the magnet from the dust and the particles. The spider, sometimes called suspension, this is helpful to hold the coil firm. Then we have the voice coil itself, the chassis or the house. Then we have the front plate, the magnet, the yoke for constituting the whole magnet. Now, what are the most important parts that are affecting the performance? Those are the most important parts: the cone, the voice coil, and the magnet itself. The cone, its stiffness and weight, the resilience, it has actually a big effect on the performance of the. It will become more acoustic if its resilience is high, if its weight is good, if its stiffness is nice. And this is done through using a lot of resins and lacquers in different concentrations by the factory. For the voice coil frame, the larger or the wider the frame, the better the performance will be. For the voice coil is affected by the degree of consistency of winding tension, the deposition of the wire, the enamel and the adhesives used, and the wire composition itself. This is all contribute a lot to the performance of the speaker itself. Now when it comes to the magnet, the larger and stronger and the wider is the better for performance. Here we have some examples for different sizes of the speakers used in radios. the 4-inch, the 3-inch, the 2.5, the 2.2, the 2 inches, and there are even more smaller than this.